السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم في قناة Arab English Learning. كتاب Connect Plus Primary 4 Students Book Term 2 Unit 8 Part 2 Page 24 Lesson 4 Welcome to Egypt. Exercise 1. Read the text. Who do you think it is written for? Egypt is a fantastic country to visit. There is so much to see, such as the pyramids of Giza, the old Luxor temple, the Red Sea, and of course, the River Nile. In all parts of the country, you can see amazing sights, eat delicious food, and meet friendly people. Visitors often like to learn about Egyptian traditions before they come. Egyptian people are famous for welcoming visitors with food and drink, and for inviting guests to their home. If you are invited to an Egyptian family's home, it's a good idea to bring a present, for example, chocolates or sweets. However, the host usually doesn't open the present at that time when they get it. A traditional Egyptian meal is served with people sitting together around the table. A typical meal has rice, a kind of vegetable stew, soup, stuffed vegetables, and meat or chicken. Egyptians are very generous and are very happy when you ask for more food. This means you enjoyed their delicious meal. Some Egyptian festivals have traditional food too. At Eid al-Fitr, people baked special cookies called kahk with sugar on top. At Sham al-Nasim, people eat dried salted fish called fasikh. If you visit Egypt at these times, you should try these dishes. So again, who do you think it is written for? I think it is written for tourists who come to visit Egypt. Now exercise 2, read again and find these words. What do you think they mean? They are written in bold in the text. So host is a person who receives visitors in his home, and guest is the person who come to visit you in your home. Sight is a beautiful place that you can see. Generous is a person who likes to give people a lot of things. And stew is a way that the food is cooked slowly by liquid. Exercise 3. Check the information that is in the text. 1. Traditional food. Yes, we mentioned the traditional food. 2. Things you can see. Yes, we mentioned some of the places. 3. How much things cost. No, this was not mentioned. And 4. Things you should do. Yes, they said this in the text also for the visitors who can come to visit Egypt. Now think, what other traditions do you think visitors to Egypt would like to know? This is your job to think about and talk about it with your friend in the classroom.
Lesson 4, page 25, exercise 4. Listen and read. Which statue stays in the dark and why? The Simbel Sun Festival.
Near Aswan, you can see the temples of Abu Simbel. Outside the temples, there are some very big statues of Ramses II and his wife, Nefertari, and some other statues. Twice a year, people celebrate the Abu Simbel Sun Festival there on February 22nd and October 22nd. On these days, light from the sun at sunrise shines all the way inside the main temple to the rooms inside. There are 4 statues inside the temple of Ramses, Ra, Amun, and Ptah. The sunlight shines on all of them except Ptah. He is always in the dark. People celebrate the Abu Simbel Sun Festival by getting up early to see the light inside the temple at sunrise. Then people eat, drink, and sing to celebrate this special day.
So exercise 4, which statue stays in the dark and why? بتاع statue stays in the dark because the sun doesn't rise on it. Exercise 5, read again and match these opinions to the reasons. 1. These are opinions, and these are the reasons people take these opinions on. I think the people who made the temples at Abu Simbel were very clever. Why do you think they gave this opinion? This matches with C, because the sunlight shines in the temple on 2 special days. 2. I think Ramses and his wife were very important people. This matches with B. There are statues of Ramses and Nefertari next to the gods. 3. I think visitors would enjoy seeing the Abu Simbel Sun Festival. This is matches with A because people celebrate the festival with food, drink, singing, and dancing. Exercise 6. Now it's your turn to speak with your friend in the classroom, work with a partner, think about a festival in your region. Why would visitors enjoy it? Think of opinions and your reasons. So this is a good speaking exercise for you and your friend. You can talk about your area, where you live, what kind of festivals do you have, and why do you think people have different opinions, and give reasons for this. Exercise 7. Write a tourist brochure about your region. A brochure is like a paper you write like this to give people some information about your area. For example, you will give information for visitors, why people come to visit this place, write about a festival, what type of festival is it, say why you think visitors would enjoy it. Finally, exercise 8, talk about your brochure with a partner and how can you make it better. You can just copy the same way of the example, the Abu Simbel Sun Festival.
Lesson 5, page 26, exercise 1. Listen and read. Choose the best title for the story.
Long ago, the king asked an important man to leave Egypt for a special job. The man traveled with many other sailors, but he wasn't successful. When he returned, he was frightened about what the king would say. His servant spoke to him. "You must tell the king that you tried your best," he said. "I don't want to say that I was not successful," said the man. "Listen to my story," said the servant. "I was a sailor too. I went on a journey for the king with the best sailors in the country. But a storm came, and our ship sank. I fell into the sea and swam to an island. I was alone and frightened. Then I looked for food, and the island had food, water, and everything I needed. Another storm began. I saw a giant snake in the waves. His body was gold, and his eyes were bright blue. I fell down as he spoke. "How did you get to this island?" said the snake. I couldn't speak. The snake put me in his mouth and took me to the place where he lived. He asked me again how I got to the island, so I told him about the shipwreck. "Don't be frightened," said the snake. "You'll stay on the island for 4 months, and you will be safe. Then people will find you and take you home. Be patient, and you'll return to your family." Then the snake told me what happened to him. "Long ago, I lived on the island with my children and brothers. A star fell, bringing a terrible fire. I was the only one to live. But I stayed strong and patient, and things became better. Thank you, I said. When I get home, I will send you many presents. The snake laughed. I don't need your presents. I have everything I need here. I was on the island for 4 months. Then a ship came, just as the snake said. The snake gave me special presents to take home. Tell people in your city about me, he said. I returned to my family, gave the presents to the king, and he was pleased. So, listen to my story. I was in a terrible place, but now I'm safe. The man heard the story and smiled.
So what is the best title for the story? I think it's B, The Tale of the Shipwrecked Sailor. Page 27. What is the moral of the story we just read on page 26? The moral of the story is that when bad things happen, you should be strong and patient, and things will get better. Did you know fables and folklore are types of stories that are passed down from one group of people to another group of people? They teach us a lesson or moral and are often about animals, plants, or things that happen in nature. There are many stories from ancient Egypt. Exercise 2. Read the story again on page 26 and answer the questions. 1. Why was the important man worried? Because he wasn't successful in the job that the king had asked for. 2. How long was the servant on the island? 4 months. 3. Why was the snake alone? Because all his family died when the storm burned the island. 4. How many characters in the story had problems? 3 characters had problems: the important man, the servant, and the snake. Exercise 3. Read the story again and complete the table. We have here some short phrases we have to complete the table with. A good story has characters like people, animal, or imaginary things, like the servant and the snake. Setting: where the story happens, an island in the sea. A plot: exciting events that join together. A servant goes on a journey, but he is shipwrecked and meets a strange snake. What is the conflict? A conflict is a problem that the characters have to solve. The servant wants to go home, but he can't. Resolution: when the problem is solved and the story ends, people come and bring the servant home. Page 28, Lesson 6, Project. Exercise 1. Read these ideas for a story. Write 2 more ideas, then choose one to make into a story. Now we have some ideas, we want to add 2 more, and then you'll choose one to write your own story about. The first idea is: a family is traveling to see the Simbel Sun Festival, but they have a problem on the journey. The second idea: a brother and sister want to decorate eggs for Shamnasim, but they don't have any paint. The third idea: a brother and sister are visiting a new part of Egypt and they don't know if they will like the food. My fourth idea, I got it from my mind: a boy was going back from school and he had a problem in transportation. 5. A girl wants to help her mom to make her a surprise when her mom comes home. The girl doesn't know what she should do. I chose the second idea: a brother and a sister want to decorate eggs, and I write it in a form of a paragraph. And don't forget, when you write a story, you have to use characters, setting, plot, conflict, resolution. I write it in the form of a paragraph, that's why I left space, and it's all in the past tense because it's a story. It was Sham Sun Festival. A brother and a sister decided to paint some eggs for their parents in this festival. They took 4 eggs from the fridge. They used the pencil to make some geometric patterns. However, they had no paint. They asked their dad to give them money to buy some colored markers from the stationery shop. Then they went back home and started to color the patterns. When it was time to eat, they showed their parents the eggs, 1 colorful egg for each one. Their parents were so happy with this beautiful surprise. So, exercise 2, make notes for your story. The characters here are brother, sister, and their parents. The settings, Sham Sun Festival, this is the time. At their home, this is the place. The plot, as a brother and a sister decided to paint some eggs for their parents in this festival. What is the conflict or the problem? They had no paint. And what is the resolution or how they solved the problem? They bought some markers and colored the eggs. Now, exercise 3, write your story in your notebook. You will choose another idea and try to do the same way to write your own story. And don't forget to write characters, settings, plot, conflict, and resolution in your story. Page 29, the last page in the unit and unit review. First, you will complete sentences with the verbs in brackets. Today, I am making kahk with my mom and dad. I use present continuous because I have today. 2, we always eat فسيخ at Sham Sun. I use eat present simple because I have always. 3, I usually wear colorful clothes. I choose again present simple because I have usually. 4, right now we are reading traditional stories. And I use present continuous because of the word right now. Exercise 2, circle the words that say how often you do something, which is sometimes, always, and never. Then underline words that say how you do it. Quickly, well, easily. Normal adverbs. Exercise 3, ask and answer with a partner from the lessons in the whole unit. 1, during what season do we celebrate Sham Sun? Spring. 2, can you name 2 traditional meals? Fatta and koshari. 3, why did ancient Egyptians wear loose white linen? To keep them cool. 4, what should you give your host when you visit? A present. 5, what lesson did the man learn in the shipwrecked sailor? To be strong and patient and things will get better. Now this is your self-assessment. You have to read all of this and take whenever you see something you understand and true for you, you will take it. And if it's not, don't take it. Thank you very much for listening and watching this video. ما تنسوش تتابعوا نفس اليونت على كتاب الستودنتس بوك كونكت بلس والاكتيفيتي بوك. ولو أول مرة تشوفنا ما تنساش تعمل سبسكرايب وما تنساش تعمل لايك عشان تشجعنا ولايك and share عشان غيرك يستفيد. share في الخير. Thank you again and see you very soon. Bye.